We'll go 5 minutes. Keep it respectful as much as you can. I'll try to moderate, and let's begin.
I think LeBron would go.
Reason and evidence.
Okay.
Okay. So after you make your choice, what I want you to do is kind of tell us why you feel that way. What are the reasons why?
I'll let Aiden go first. I'll come back.
Okay.
I'll let Aiden go first.
LeBron's definitely the longevity part of it. Nobody can do it like him. He's done it for that long to keep it up that well. To be still be in the MVP talk in 2020 after what 19 seasons played.
19 seasons. True. Okay. So that's it. Just longevity.
Longevity, the impact he's had on the game. I feel like that's a big part of it too.
Okay. All right.
I think Jordan's the GOAT because the era he played in had
Era. Okay, that's good.
stronger defense and his scoring ability and like points per game. What he averaged? What 30.
The other thing, this is the third time I've done this. I've sort of messed up. You can use your device to substantiate your claims. Okay, so that's good. That's my fault. I apologize. You can do that.
I will.
Hold on. Anything else, Max?
Yeah.
So he's got era. He's got points per game. What else?
Well, I'm not saying that the era now is easier. It's just easier to score. That's the game has revolved around scoring. It's so easy to like 50-point games are easy to come by. Whereas in Jordan's era, he was doing it on the same basis as everybody else nowadays, but in a defensive era, and also chips and MVPs.
Chips and MVPs. So he's got era, scoring, chips, and the number of MVPs. All right.
Can I ask for evidence and backup that the defense was harder back then? Because back then they had rules where it was only ISO defense. They couldn't help from the paint to come in to play defense. But now after 2006, I think they added to where help defense and zones are now in place. So now you can the paint, wings, everybody can help play defense on just LeBron or just one person.
Well, the average points in a game, like score for an NBA game, has gone from like what 100. I mean, I'll have to search this up. But I don't know the exact numbers, but it's gone from like somewhere around 100 points per game, or 95 or something, to like 110. Something like that. Like, it's just easier to score.
And do you think that's because the offenses are evolving, or because the defense is getting worse?
Defense isn't getting worse. It's just in comparison to the offense. And Jordan in his era and also the game was more centered around defense.
But the league was more like. The league and was more physical, but it was slower paced when Jordan played.
Okay, and that's kind of agreeing with what Max said about the lower point totals as well. So I think that's
less spacing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the part about defense. I should really sort of research that some more. I think that's an interesting part to put into the argument. All right, anybody else?
I feel like LeBron's a better all around scorer than Jordan.
Offensive player.
Offensive player. Let me say that. LeBron can play all 5 positions. Jordan couldn't do that.
Yeah.
4 and 6 in the finals.
But look who Jordan played and look who LeBron played.
Yeah.
LeBron had to go against Curry, Steph, Clay, KD. Had to go against Tim Duncan, the Spurs, and all them. Yeah, he played them too. Mm-hmm. Jordan played 1 to 2 stars on all those finals we had. On the team. Who did Jordan play in the finals?
Karl Malone, and
John Stockton.
John Stockton. He played Hakeem. Like the Rockets in that era were insane. I mean, I'm gonna have to search it up because I don't.
Tracy McGrady, I think is another one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's more, the stars in this era are more, like, just like, people put more attention on them. So it feels like, just because they're big in names, that LeBron's going up against, like, better players, but the competition, it was the same, like, disparity.
Okay, did he play Kareem at all? In 1991, Hakeem retired.
At the very
Kareem retired.
beginning of his career, he played Kareem.
In the finals though?
No, yeah.
The 92 was Clyde Drexler. That's all in 92. 93 was Charles Barkley.
And guys, in case you haven't ever checked out Drexler, you should.
I mean, Drexler,
You should look him up on YouTube.
Drexler was nice.
He was good.
But by himself, I mean, trying to compare to LeBron, who he played in the finals, and compare to who Jordan played in the finals, I don't think that's fair.
Okay, let's go ahead and stop it right there. One thing that came up to me that sort of makes me that's interesting about this is the role of social media, like how social media has changed our perception of basketball. So when Jordan played, was social media a thing? No. But when LeBron, throughout his entire 19-year career, has social media been a prevalent part of basketball culture?
When LeBron gets drafted, 03?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
03 or 04. So I think that's important too. All right, so that's a good little warm up, and there were some of you who are not as interested in basketball, and like I said, this was just kind of the first one, and I'll adjust the format a little bit, but you know, try to make some suggestions to me as to what you would like to
Hey,
do.
you remember he said Tiger Woods was the GOAT.
Okay, so we could do golf next time. That would be a good one. I know that there are some golfers here. I know Aiden and Braxton golf, and of course Jorge does as well. But Murray and Kenza, like, what would be something that you would be interested in debating? And if you can't think of something now, try to think of something and just send me a message, send me an email, and say, hey, let's do this. All right. I think that would be really good for us. Be really good for us. Okay, so Aiden asked a very good question. He said, what is diction? Diction is the choice of words that an author uses to establish the level of formality, to create tone, to create atmosphere, but also just as a sort of signature of their style in terms of writing. So really it's just choice of words. That's kind of a boiled down definition to it. So if you want to, you could just write that at the top of your paper. I think I asked you to write this into your notes. This is the second exercise we've done on diction. But we'll also do other ones for imagery, for tone, different parts of writing that we're working on. Okay, this one is based on these two lines from a Yeats poem called Sailing to Byzantium. This is on your paper, by the way, too. An aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick. So, what in the picture is created through the use of the word tattered? What does tattered mean?
Like broken, ripped up.
Broken, ripped up. Another word would be frayed. So, you know, like if you wash something and put it in the dryer like 10 or 15
It's
times,
like
it starts to weaken, the thread starts weakening. So, you know, tattered is used to describe this guy right here. I used AI to come up with this picture. What do you think? Pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, so what in the picture is created through the use of the word tattered? Take a minute. You can talk to the partner at your table. You could write down the same thing if you wanted, or you both can kind of come up with your own answer. I'll give you about 2 minutes. I want you to work on this, writing an answer out, and then we'll all come back together and we'll talk about it for a few minutes. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Dirty.
like the atmosphere's tough. No.
I hear a lot of good stuff. I'll give you 1 more minute.
Yeah.
Shit, sailing.
Can I use the term washed?
Yeah, sail.
Say it again.
The term wash.
Washed. Yeah.
It's like face in general.
Yeah.
You could in the sense of like washed up. You know, washed up.
Yeah.
Like the man is old.
Yeah,
He's
washed up.
washed up. Or, you know, he's been in the league for 19 years. He's washed up.
23.
You like what I did there? Yeah.
Let's get back on top of this.
Okay, so what the picture is created through the use of the word tattered. Who wants to read their answer? How about that? Max, can you read yours? Go ahead.
Sure. I said it gives the idea that whatever is being described has been through a lot.
Good. And that's that's a really good approximation. When I look at that, that's exactly kind of one of the things that comes to mind. It's like that guy has been through a lot. Like he has struggled in, you know, physical, spiritual, emotional kind of ways. All right? That's good. That's very good, Max. Anybody else?
I just said like beat up, broken down.
Beat up and broken down. And that's good. That one word creates that idea around it, right? I want you to just stand up and walk around for a minute.
What's on assignment for music?
I was gonna do it today, but in the other class, the timing of it, I think was too much. So that exercise, which we're gonna do we're gonna do it tomorrow. You guys are gonna submit a song, and then we're going to listen to the songs. We'll probably listen to a lot of them. I don't know if we'll listen to one from everybody, but we will listen to a bunch of them. And then we'll just write thesis statements on why we either think it's good or it's bad, why it's a good representation of, say, a rap song or a, you know, hip hop song or a country song, you know, something like that. So it's kind of two things. One, I need to hear the music that you listen to, Max. I need to understand it. No, I'm just kidding. On a deeper sense, like I am interested, and it's kind of to the point of getting to know ourselves a little bit better. So that's one part of it. The other part is just to practice with sort of non-Gatsby material to like write a thesis statement. I think is kind of a good thing, and then it should be somewhat entertaining. You know? Yeah, I would guess. So I kind of moved it to like the long period because I think it's going to take a while. Okay, so while we're waiting for them to get back, you can go ahead and take your seats. Did you do your reading over the weekend?
Yes, sir.
You did. So we should have a quiz today.
Yeah. Whoa, Jorge.
Whoa, Jorge.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Did you have any questions from the room?
Oh, really?
No? I think that's okay if you didn't. I always just, I think it's probably a good idea to ask. So tell me the big things that happened. Like, what are some of the things that you remember from the reading?
Makes and all of the ask you to see.
Okay. They go to the city in
Nice.
they go in Gatsby's car, which is really, really nice. They go there. And what do they do in the city?
Pretty meat.
What was the question?
What do they do when they go to the city?
Who?
Gatsby and Nick.
Ask me who?
Or sorry, Gatsby. Yeah, Gatsby and Nick. They take Gatsby's car. They go to the city. What do?
They go out and eat.
They go out to eat. That's exactly right. Who do they eat lunch with?
Mr. Wolf.
Wolfsheim. That's right. And that's what this exercise is going to be about. It's Wolfsheim. What do you think of that guy, Wolfsheim? What do you remember about Wolfsheim?
He's Jewish.
He's Jewish. Very good.
Wait a minute.
That's fun.
He has money, or he's wealthy, like we sort of get that impression. What else?
Wasn't that frowned upon in that
Well,
area?
well,
Like being Jewish or like something like that you said?
There was some we talked about in chapter 2. That's good, Yuri. Wait, remember that. There was that slur. It was a really nasty word. Is a really nasty word to use for someone who is of the Jewish faith. And of course we wrote it on the board, but we won't say it because that's a bad thing to do. He is kind of associated. What kind of guy is it? Do you remember? Go back to that. So on pages 57 to 61, we're looking for the character Wolfshine, okay? And what I want you to do is just go through there. You can work with the guy at your table, and I want you to just mark as many quotes and references to Wolfshine as you can find. And they can be physical stuff, how he looks, anything about how he's dressed, okay? Any of that, okay? Then also, maybe there's some psychological references to it. Maybe there's some emotional references to it. So let's just look for about 5 minutes and mark in our texts.
Can you
read it?
I think so.
You can get that far. How far did you get?
Emotional, psychological. Well, it's just like anything.
I also want to. Do you have this weekend?
Small flappers.
Oh yeah, cool friends.
And then 2 fine
That's good.
coats of hair.
That's good.
He has the braid.
All right, I'll give you some time to maybe read and catch up. It's totally good. Jorge, do you remember anything about it before I read?
I'm trying to blow the water.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay, just check. Sounds like you guys are making progress. Is that the new book I gave you or the old one?
Oh. I like reading the old one.
That's okay. That's okay.
But I
I have the utmost faith in you, Yuri. What kind of man is he? And do you see some emotion in that story?
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the kind of stuff we're looking for, right? So that tells us maybe what his job is, but also it gives us a little bit of insight into the character, right? I'm going to give you some hints, all right? See if this helps you in any way. Anybody else have another quote for us?
Oh, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Abe.
What's the image all the way on the right?
that's cufflink. Oh, cufflink thing.
It is. And what are
Cufflinks?
the cufflinks?
Oh,
We use the, yeah,
things that go
these are your
like-
cuffs, all right? And
Down
the
here.
link is the part, so if I take my shirt like this, they come with buttons now. But back in the olden days, they just had holes there and you put a cuff link in it and it brings it together. But he has very special cuff links. What are his cuff links made of?
Looks like teeth.
It is teeth.
Oh.
That was another quote that you should have picked out. Is he says to Nick, I forget exactly where it is. He says, "Oh, you're observing. You're looking at my cufflinks. They're made of the finest specimen of ivory, which is a man's teeth." What does that tell you about Wolfshine?
Oh,
Okay, read us that quote. Braxton.
page 60.
Page 60. Read it to us.
Discovering and breeding after there's kind of, he paused here. Oh, he paused. I see her looking at my cuff buttons. I hadn't been looking at them, but I did now. They were composed of oddly familiar pieces of ivory. Finest specimens of human molars, he informed me. Well, I inspected them. That's a very interesting idea. Yeah, he flipped his sleeves up under his coat. Yeah, Gatsby's very careful about women.
Okay, so now he's talking about Gatsby. But how does he feel about Gatsby?
I think he talks like pretty highly of him.
Yeah, he talks very highly of him, all right? But what do you think of a guy who has human teeth as cufflinks?
Oh,
That's
What kind of
crazy.
guy is he?
tough guy.
He's a tough guy?
Crazy.
He's a murderer, okay? He's a gangster. He also fixed the 1919 World Series, all right? So he's a gambler, he's a criminal, he's a murderer, he has all these different things. But think about it. What's the first 4 letters of his name?
Wolf.
Wolf. Wolf.
I'm a little confused because, like, is this guy real? Or is he because
He's not a real life person.
wasn't
But there are many gangsters from that era who are very similar to him.
but wasn't the 1919 World Series?
That was a real thing. That was a real thing. So the 1919 World Series was fixed. The team that did it was the Chicago White Sox. Forever they are known as the Chicago Black Sox because of that. And 6 of them were given a lifetime ban from professional baseball.
After they fixed the game.
The most famous of them being a man named Shoeless Joe Jackson. I want you to answer this question. You know, what do you think Wolfsheim symbolizes? Now, before we do this, write our thesis statement for it, I want you to remember a good thesis statement is debatable. It can be turned around and argued the other way. It's defensible. It presents a claim that can be debated. It's supportable. Evidence can be used to support it from the text. It's very specific, all right? It's to the point, it's concise, and it answers the prompt. And the prompt, gentlemen, is this. What does Wolfsheim symbolize? What's symbolism?
Like what it represents.
Yeah.
When one thing stands for another, all right? One thing stands for another, all right? So what does Wolfsheim stand for? What does he symbolize? Okay, and just think about it individually, and then I want you to take out your device, I want you to type it up, and then I want you to put it into the stream of the class, the Google Classroom, okay?